speakers.
Bad speakers.
TV. It is. Your boy Shad, man.
It's G, and I still don't give a damn.
Y'all already know, man. If you watching, hit the subscribe button. Check us out everywhere. All platforms. You already know. Just type in BSTV or type in Bad Speakers TV. Also, check us out on Revolt Podcast Network or just find us on YouTube. We got some other stuff coming on, some more interviews coming up. You know what I'm saying? So check for us everywhere. And also, hit the subscribe button. It's right there. It's free. We're not asking you for nothing. Hit the subscribe button. But today, we got somebody in here today, you know, so we've been chopping it up for the past couple weeks.
Southside.
Yeah, you know, I kind of been following his blueprint. He don't know. I've been, he started following us and then we followed him back. And I was kind of following his blueprint on what he was doing. I'm like, dang, how the hell, bro, shit just go up like that? Like, we got to tighten up. Yeah. Been doing podcasts. I think he used to throw parties also.
Yes, sir.
You throw parties. He done had on his platform people like Charleston White. Who else you done had? Deb Anthony. Just the ones that I done seen myself first. You know what I'm saying? You also had the other day, Shouty, what my name is. Who else? Everybody in Atlanta you could think of, really.
He made me sound so important, man. I appreciate that, man. Man, you know, Mama, I made it. Mama, I made it.
You know what I'm saying? Made it. Also, you know what I'm saying, we doing, you know, you always got some fine women on your platform, so we got to catch up in that area.
Yes,
That's what we got to do. We got Ugly, Money, Nietzsche in here today.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
We appreciate you coming on here, man. What we gonna do, man? We're gonna have a regular conversation, man. Talk about some stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here, dog. You know, I've been seeing this, you know, this dope platform for so long. I was like, man, I want to get on that joint. So, you know, it feels good to be on this side of the field.
That was,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna put you in the hot seat when you come to my show.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna flip it.
Just do it.
Say less.
We
man.
ready,
Say
man.
less.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's start off, man. Let's just talk about you getting into podcasting. What made you go into that field? What was it about? Did you see like a shift when it come into content? What was it?
Man, I was in radio. I was in FM radio for years in Augusta, Georgia, and I tried to get my job back after I had retired from rapping. Mm-hmm. And I had got signed by 8 Ball and MJG in 2015. So I ended up. That, boy. Yeah, that's how I got out here. I was a rapper.
Okay, we're gonna get into that. All right.
Yeah, I failed at that. Don't worry about that. I would double put. Don't worry about that. It was a great time, though. Great time. Well, I got a record deal. Okay. Moved to Atlanta. You know, going to do the Atlanta thing. I'm gonna be a big rapper. Yeah, that didn't pan out either. And so I tried to go back to the radio station after I had retired from rapping. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they told me no. And so I got so much in my feelings that I started my own podcast. I was like, well, I'll start my own radio show.
Yeah.
You know, and, I always got to clarify because at the time I was pissed, but they didn't have the budget. And I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that. They just told me no.
Gotcha.
And so I took it like, oh, you don't want me? I'm going to make my own damn show. And so I never forget, I went down to a music store. Alex Rodriguez sold me my podcast, my first podcast mic in. And I went out there and me and DJ such and such started with 2 GoPros and an iPhone. And, you know, and the episode did 52 views and then nobody watched it. I promoted it all month and 52 people watched it. And that was how the Ugly Money podcast was born because another door got closed. And so I had to open up my own.
Okay, hold on. Quick question, a couple questions. Your first podcast did 52 views.
52 views.
In 30 days.
That didn't discourage you?
30 days. No, man, I'm half cop crazy, dog. I ain't cat to you, man.
Gotcha.
You know, I think that everybody that has some level of success has to be delusional at some point in time. Because you got to think, it's like the mountain of success is high. And you down here in the valley. And you looking up at that mountain. And to think that you going to make your way up there one day, you got to be almost calf cock crazy. And I think I was that.
I told them one time, they probably don't remember. I said, man, everybody think you crazy until they start working.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we started ours, man, we ended up laying down all this, the carpet and everything.
Right.
And then I remember my homeboy helped us move some of the stuff out of here. But I knew, I said, these niggas think I'm crazy.
Right.
He crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so people, a lot of times people think you crazy until they start working.
Yeah, it always start like that.
Yeah, you a genius.
Like people didn't even know what a podcast, like, what is a podcast?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I started like 2019. I started kind of early. And yeah, man, the folk told me no. And I said, I'm going to build my own platform. And I had no idea the amount of work that was ahead of me. Right. I had no idea all the things that took to make a podcast. But I said at the end of the day, we cut on some cameras and cut some mics on and talk.
Yeah.
And just start. And as I started and as I grew, my people grew with me, my following grew with me, and they saw the transition. By the 5th episode, we had cameras. I had a cameraman. By the 20th episode, we had, I got a podcast studio area we was renting. So, we upgraded as much as we could. When we saw people, we let people along in the journey. So a lot of people remember them first episodes, with me in the house in the living room with the GoPros. You know what I mean? It looked like crap, but it was some of my funniest episodes, man. You know what I'm saying?
How was that transition from throwing parties? Because I don't been to a couple of your parties in the city. So how was that transition from going from being a party promoter to just doing a podcast? Which one you like better, honestly?
Podcasts pay more. So I'm gonna stick with podcasts, and then I ain't gotta duck bullets at the end of the night.
Podcast pay more?
Damn.
Yeah, at least recently, dude.
Oh.
Thank God.
Okay, you gave me some motivation.
Man, I started throwing everything that I learned was all because I had a dream. I wanted to be an artist.
Right.
So I started throwing parties because I wanted to perform, and the promoters wouldn't let me perform at the party. So I was like, I'm gonna throw my own party, and so I can perform my own music. That's how I got on the radio. After I was performing at the parties, I wanted to be on the radio. The radio DJ said, "Oh, we don't play local music." I'm like, "Nigga, you local too? There, you mad at me? But we both local in this little ass town. All right, don't worry about it. We got my own radio, so play my shit hour on the hour until they threaten to fire me. You know what I'm saying? And so that was a situation. It was, was one thing led to another, but it was all for a common goal and common purpose. So, I was the type of person who was like, you're not gonna stop me from where I'm going. I'm gonna go. Either I can go through you, I can go around you, I can go over you, I can go on you, but I'm gonna get to where I gotta go. So you might as well just go ahead and work with me, because I'm gonna find a way to get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. But I do miss. I mean, I still do events now, not so much as I used to, but I do love the fact that you meet, the networking, and you meet people, and with the podcasting situation, you get to know them people that you may meet in the club. You get to really know them, because it's hard for a brother to say he don't know you after you sit down and talk to him for 2 hours. And he done told you about his mama and his grandmama and the dog and everything. So I get to meet a lot of the people that I was fans of as a kid. Like one of my first episodes was with Fabo. Like, bro, I was a fan of Fabo and D4L. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can just remember the time, like, he was one of the first ones that came to the house. Yeah. So I'm like, man, Fabo in my house.
We said the same.
Right?
Everybody on came.
Yeah, right. I'm like, man, and he got the white shades on. And he talking about Barbara. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that moment is just like, bro, okay, this is really, really happening. And so, to build those relationships and to build, a common bond and friendship with some of the people is priceless for sure. And that's one thing I love about the podcast is the fact that you get to know a brother.
I would say one thing, taking a picture with somebody, but actually just having a conversation, it's like, damn, I grew up on this nigga.
Yeah.
Shit crazy.
How did you get on the radio? How did that happen?
I was in Augusta trying to be a rapper. And then, like I said, I started throwing parties. So how I got on the radio was we had this thing called Power Fest in Augusta. It's kind of like a birthday bash. Mm-hmm. So, they had the birthday bash, the radio throw the birthday bash. So I threw a birthday bash after party.
Okay.
Right? But I didn't pay the radio.
So this all you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, I get to promote my stuff, and I go rent out the James Brown Arena. I rented the arena out. For my party, I did 2,500 people. So my party was bigger than all the radio sponsored parties. So of course the program director, he get to ride and pass the arena like, well, who the hell's doing this on the night we got the? And he was like, oh yeah, that's Nietzsche. So he, they let him in. At first, it was funny because I had to walk to the door and let him in because they didn't know what to let him in. I was like, no, let him in. That's the program. He good or whatever. He walks up to me. He's like, well, how did you do all this? I said, what you mean? He said, you threw a Power Fest after party and you ain't spend no money on power. And I said, well, Facebook, Instagram, just social media. He said, come see me in my office Monday. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I said, bet. So, back then, it's like 10, 15 years ago, I'm arrogant as hell. I'm like, oh yeah, nigga about to put me on the radio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I get to the radio station or whatever. I'm walking down this long hallway or whatever to his office. And he says, you know I can sue you, right?
Oh,
And I
damn.
was like,
He hit you with that?
what you mean, sir? You know, I'm still trying to be respectful. He's like, you threw a Power Fest after party on Power Fest night and didn't put no money on Power, the station.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I mean, you know, I ain't need the radio to pack my party out.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and right when I was about to I was about to buck up a little bit, he said, but I'd rather work with you than against you. So I want to offer you a job. And so I'm like, okay, bet. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, in my mind, I'm still thinking like, well, I'm about to be on the radio. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That nigga made me drive the bus. Goddamn, he made me drive the radio van for a year. So he put me on the air.
He made you drive the van.
See how humble I was. Humbled me real quick. I
Oh.
needed it.
Okay, gotcha.
He made me drive the radio van for a year, and I appreciate Minnesota Fats for that. He made me drive the radio van for a year until he finally gave me my show. When he gave me my show a year later, I had the #1 rated show in Augusta, probably in Augusta in the last 20 years. Because you know, I just shoot from the hip. I just tell the truth. And so that's Minnesota Fats gave me. Shout out to Minnesota Fats. He gave me a shot, man. He saw what I had going on because I was, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I was that kid that had a plan. I didn't know if the plan was gonna work, but I was gonna do it and I was gonna try it out.
Yeah.
And you know, when it worked, it worked. When it didn't, it didn't. And, you know what I'm saying. I won't scared. I'm never scared to fail. I done failed more time than most people to
Yeah,
try.
talking about that.
Yeah. I done failed down more time than people that got up and ran. You see what I'm saying? And so if you ain't scared to fail and you never really take a loss, all I do is learn a lesson. So if I try some new shit, it don't work, I learn it. At least I know what not to do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so that was a situation over there, man. You know, I got in the radio. I was there for 4 or 5 years until that record started heating up a little bit. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on, these show bookers are better than these live remote things.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to figure something out. And then Ball and G came and, you know, put the pen to paper and I moved to Atlanta.
So you started rapping after radio.
I've been rapping forever. You know,
But it started.
I was a struggling rapper just like everybody else, trying to figure it out. And so I realized that a lot of people didn't want to let me use their platform for my personal career enjoyment. And so I was like, well, I had no choice but to make my own platform. You know, that's why I started throwing parties. It was cool. I could rap at them. I got the radio job so I could play my song. And so, you know, I was always an artist at heart. It's just that nobody really seemed to want to listen to me rap until I almost hypnotized the city. Because now you hear me on the radio, you hear me at the club. You can't escape my song. Because guess what? You DJing at my party, you gonna play my record. You ain't gonna play my record, you ain't gonna be DJing here no more.
Right.
I told the DJ that. I said, hey bro, you ain't play my song. He said, not tonight. I said, hey bro, let me tell you something. At my party, you play my song 2 times. You play my song in the middle of when it's lit, and you play my song when the lights come on. And if you got a problem with it, you don't have to be my DJ no more.
I know that, right?
Yeah.
And I had 8 parties in the city at that time. So, you know, I'm getting 8. I'm playing my record. They playing our record 7 days a week. And then you turn around and you get in the car and you turn on the radio and they're playing on the radio. I got pretty hot in that town,
So
man.
then it
Shouts out to Augusta.
started growing.
Yeah, it started growing pretty quick.
So I know we ain't got to touch on it too much. So what happened with you and 8Ball and JG? Like, why didn't it work when you got with them?
Man, because, you know, I would say it did work. You know, I used to think it didn't work because I didn't become this huge rapper that I wanted to be, right?
Your dream wasn't.
Right. But it definitely did work because I'm still the fuck here. I'm here in Atlanta. You know, my platform is bigger than it's ever been. You know, I'm able to provide for my family with something I love to do. It worked magically. It just didn't work exactly like I thought it was gonna work.
Yeah, true.
I was headed to California, but boy, I made a stop in Colorado and it was amazing. And so that's how I kind of see it did work because I'm here. I'm Ugly Money Nietzsche. You know what I'm saying? The platform is huge and we growing every day. And so I think that for me, it was time for me to stop being a rapper when I no longer wanted to do the things that rappers needed to do to become rappers. I didn't want to go to the promo shows. I didn't want to go, you know, act like I like this nigga and shake his hand. I didn't want to go play Madden with this producer so I could get a beat. I didn't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you no longer want to do the things needed to do a job, then it's time for you to retire from that job. When LeBron lead a season and he don't want to, he don't want to train no more. He don't want to get up and lift weights and put himself in the hyperbaric chamber. It's time for LeBron to retire. But
Yeah.
what you don't want to do is go out there on the court and get your ass busted.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I knew it was my time to retire. I didn't want to go in the hyperbaric rapper chamber no more. I ain't want to do it no more. And I was like, well, it's time to go ahead and pack it up. And so, but I also took that as an opportunity to become a coach. Because that's what I do now. Manage artists. I'm an A&R. I was an A&R with Freebands for some years. And I saw that there's so many artists that got so much talent, bro. But they don't know what to do when they leave the studio. They're like, boy, that boy got a jamming ass song, rapping his ass off. That shit got 200 views. He don't know what to do. He really don't, right? He don't know what to do. And I was like, call me. I know what to do.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
Yeah.
And so that in essence, because my rap name was P Nice, I changed it to Ugly Money Nietzsche when I started a life of service. Ugly Money is a servant. Ugly Money is about how can I be of service to you? How can I help you? And so when I learned that, who would have ever thought that me trying to help others would bring me more financial freedom than ever before in my life? Just trying to help other people. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was a rapper, I was trying to help myself. I'm like, shit, they can play my shit. But now it's like, hey, bro, how can I help you? You know what I'm saying? What you need? You need promo, you need tool, you need whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to be of service. You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing how that works. You know what I'm saying?
That network will definitely become your net worth.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You said you start. We were talking before. You said you started in 2019 doing podcasting. Like, so when did you finally hit a milestone like 100,000 subs on your channel? When did you hit that milestone? How long did it take you to get there?
Oh my God. We ain't hit I ain't hit 100,000. I was at like 5,000 subscribers for like the first 3 years.
3 years it took you had 5,000?
I hit 100,000 subscribers till 2021.
Hold on now. Y'all hear that, right?
Y'all heard it?
I just want y'all to hear that, right?
5,000.
Okay now.
This shit
Just making sure now. It took you 3 years to hit 5,000.
19, 2020. It went to 2021, late 2021, and I interviewed Charleston White. My platform went from 6,000 subscribers to 100,000 in 30 days. And one interview just shot it off.
I just wanted them to hear that. That's all.
No, it's
Cause you told me on the phone. But I just want, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So then that's when you did that. Was that when you know you was cooking at that point? Like, okay, we on to something now.
I knew that they were paying attention, and it was so funny about it though. When the subscribers went up to 100,000, they went back and watched all my old shit.
Yeah.
Now my old stuff started going up. My Young Jock interview, my Fujiano interview popped up, my Murphy Lee interview popped up. So people will go back and check out your older stuff when they realize. So I tell all content creators, man, start today. Because all you're doing is building your backlog. You building your it's a building your repertoire, you know what I mean? So you can have some, a catalog.
Yeah.
Because once people discover you and you have that moment, if you're prepared, you'll be able to last long. Because now, okay, I discovered you on this Charleston White interview. But boy, you got a hard ass young guy. Oh boy, this man been cooking. Now they become a genuine fan.
Yep.
Now they get to clicking links and submitting credit card payments or something. And then it's a beautiful situation. So, I give Charles the credit for that, man. He definitely put a lot of light on my platform when he came in there. He said a whole bunch of things, but one thing he said was like, fuck King Von and his mama. He was a serial killer.
That's your platform. He mentioned that he regretted saying that over here. But I didn't know that was your platform. He said that on.
Yeah, he said that shit. He said, fuck King Von and his mama. He's a serial killer. He said a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
But one thing I do respect about Charleston is he's a lot more intelligent than people think he is.
Definitely.
He's very calculated.
Definitely.
And he's an amazing entertainer.
Yeah.
And he will play on the internet. And sometimes he'll play in your favor, and sometimes he'll play not in your favor. But if Charleston White mentions you, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
So I always take it as whatever come out of his mouth, whoever come out of his mouth, whether it's good or bad, you got to be somebody for him to mention.
Yeah.
So shouts out Charles.
Real quick, G, before you take off, quick question. So you were doing it 3 years before you hit 5,000 subs. I'm just trying to pick your brain on it. You weren't discouraged? Like, cause that ain't, you know how YouTube work. You ain't really seeing nothing in 5,000.
So my page won't even monetize till Charleston. I turned my monetization on the night before I dropped my Charleston White interview. I didn't even know how to monetize. Nobody
Oh.
told me, bro. Nobody was gonna give me no game. Nobody was gonna bro. I was doing podcasts out my pocket for 3 years and didn't have the monetization on it. Nobody told me. They said they let me shoot in the dark. They like, we gonna keep that nigga where he at. Cause when he figure it out,
Yeah.
he on the ass.
Yeah.
Bro, nobody told me. Them folks sitting there saying like, man, Nietzsche shit ain't got no ass on his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I ain't know no better.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna treat this podcast like I treated my rap career. And I knew in my rap career I had to invest in it to get somewhere. Right? So I'm like, I'm investing in the podcast. I'm buying studio time. I'm buying cameras. I'm paying for the cameraman. I'm doing, I'm buying the written this podcast studio stuff. Then I got to the point of building my own pod. I built my whole podcast studio, 4,000 square feet, and I hadn't seen a dime of profit on my podcast as far as viewership. No, hell no.
So you went. So I'm saying like, so during that time, you made sure what was you recording every week at the time?
Yeah. Once a week.
So you weren't discouraged in 3 years from doing that. You just kept going.
Discouraged. I mean, do we have some bad days? Hell yeah. Discouraged for sure. Want to quit? Yeah, I quit 18 times. And then I picked back up the next week. I'm like, man, this shit, man. Who don't have? We all have doubts.
Yeah.
We all have them nights. We're like, man, this shit ain't working. Maybe try something else. I did just like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all have them episodes where we think, or anything in life, we have those times where we think something's gonna be huge, and it lets us down and disappoints us. Like, I can remember several different times where I thought, oh, this episode gonna go crazy,
And it didn't do
and
nothing.
it didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
But what's funny about content is sometimes it's the episodes that you don't think is gonna do crazy that do. Because I gave Fujiano his first interview right before he signed with Gucci Man.
Oh, okay.
So when he signed, Fujiano left my podcast and flew out to Atlantic and signed the deal the next day. So when everybody get to posting him the next day, when he got signed,
They look for that.
I'm the only interview he had.
Yeah.
And I had a nice long 2-hour long interview for them. It did like 250,000, you know what I'm saying? My first one to hit a wrestle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, I still won't monetize back then. I didn't know what I was doing. But in my mind, it was a win. You know what I mean? Because I just wanted people to see me. It's just like a rapper. I just wanted people to hear my shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The money was just the icing on the cake. The money was a cherry on top. At the end of the day, I treat it like art. Like my podcast is my music. Like, I just want y'all to hear me. The money gonna come as long as you pursue the passion. Wow. And so, it started to come in a little bit.
Yeah, I've always had that mindset because I used to throw parties also. And I tell them like, bro, I ain't finna, hell nah. Cause we had them days too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, this shit, woot woot, But shit, I tell them all the time, hey, man, y'all crazy as hell. We don't put all their money up. Shit, so I'm finna shake.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I get you, you know what I'm saying? That struggle of going when you first started.
No, that's a part of it, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what? You almost don't want it to be too easy. You want it to be hard.
Fact.
I want it to be hard so y'all niggas can't keep up. I don't want all these people up here with me. Nah, nigga, I don't want y'all weak ass niggas over here. Nah, nigga, quit, nigga. Quit right now.
Yeah, I ain't think about it like
Don't
that.
go through the mud, nigga. I don't need nobody up here on that mountain with me, boy, because I done traveled this bitch for 20 years. You think I want you to take the elevator, nigga, and I had to take the stairs? Bitch ass nigga, quit. Quit right now.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
we gonna ball. And all the girls that you used to want to fuck with in high school, she gonna be on my arm.
You're right.
Yeah, y'all quit weak ass nigga. Nah, the strong survive, dog.
Yeah, you really.
You gotta have that backbone. If they don't got that backbone, they don't deserve to be there.
Because if it were easy, everybody be doing
Yeah,
it.
fuck
Everybody be at the top anyway.
Quit, bitch ass nigga, quit. Quit now. Shut it down. No,
You tell the truth though. You mentioned, bro. I just caught it when you said it used to be an A&R off of Freebands.
Yeah.
How the hell you not get with Future?
Man, it was crazy. I wanted to sound Future the whole time I was rapping. Every connection that I wanted as a rapper, I got after I stopped rapping. Ain't that some shit? So
That's
anyway,
crazy.
just providing value. I was doing independent artist tours. I was doing like showcase tours all over the country. And I knew his little cousin, Lewuki, that's my dog. Lewuki like, man, you need to take me on tour. Y'all go on tour. So I say, shit, man. If you get us, we work something out. Well, if we could take our artists to Freebands and y'all check them out, I'll do the tour and I'll pay you for the tour and everything like that. He said, bet. Call. He made a call, Mama Future, somebody. It got approved. I was like, well, let's go. I ended up buying a Sprinter van and we hit the tour. We hit the tour circuit. And by the time I came back, we had did so well because I was exposing them to so many different markets. We did about 20 cities. Bobby, shouts out Bobby. He called me, president of Freebands at the time. He called me and said, "Hey man, when y'all get back off tour, I want you to come to the office. I want to meet with you." I had no idea what he want to meet me. I think like he want another tour. I'm like, nigga, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Pulled me up to the office. He was like, "Yeah, man, we want you to work with us. You know what I'm saying? You have something that we could use in this, in our company. You foot on the ground. You'll go out into these cities, in these markets, in these chicken circuits, in these trenches. We was in the trenches sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they just made offer. I couldn't refuse, and it's always love. You know what I'm saying? Like them boys. It's real for a lot of people don't know Freebands is real family oriented. It's like a tight knit group. Like Future really put his family in position for sure. And so for them to welcome me with open arms, that's always love, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I want to get into one of the things that you did that kind of, I mean, it was, I ain't said that yet.
Right.
So it was kind of like, it was already like a lot of platforms doing it, but you
Right.
started bringing the women on your platform. What gave you that idea to start doing that? Like, what was it? Was it just other platforms doing it?
No,
or-
hell no. I'm about to get in trouble. Okay, how I can say this without her getting mad? Okay, I was on YouTube Live with a particular young lady who will remain nameless. That's out there. And we were talking about Megan and Tori. And I was Team Tori, and
Jesus.
she was Team Megan, right?
Y'all
So,
arguing.
I'm going, I'm trying to, and she's like, yeah, because Tori shot her, and he needed to lock his black ass. And I'm like, okay, and every time I would try to talk, she would overtalk me. And so after it went on for like 10, 15 minutes, I got tired of it. And I remembered that I got the soundboard and I can mute her mic. So I just muted that motherfucker, hit the bomb, and went off. And when I went off, the chat went crazy. They started sending super chats and fire emojis like, yeah, finally, shut her up. Right? And so I realized then, I was like, oh man, men don't really get heard when it comes to speaking to women about something that they disagree on.
Yeah.
Whenever a woman disagrees with a man on something, she rarely actually listens to what he says. She's gonna overtalk. So she's only replying to response. She's not replying to comprehend.
That's right.
She's just speaking to, you know what I'm saying? She's listening to respond. And so when I realized that, I was like, oh man, we got something here. Because we were just talking about Megan and Tori. We weren't even talking about men and women for real.
Yeah.
I called my brother Biz. I say, Biz, man, let's invite some girls over to the studio tomorrow and let's ask them some triggering ass questions. I'm gonna push this bomb on their ass. That's how the shot platform started.
Yeah.
We invited some girls over there. We get to ask about shit that women can't stand or whatever, cheating. But every woman got a trigger.
Yeah.
It's either cheating, broke, baby daddy, dick. It's like one of those things. They all got one trigger.
That is
right?
that is a Facebook goddamn status right there.
Right.
If a woman got a treat.
You just gotta find out which one. Every woman got something that she gonna get out of character on. You just gotta figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Cheating.
Right.
Baby daddy.
Right.
What you said? Cheating, baby
daddy, money.
Money. That dick.
All types of shit.
His dick too big. His dick too small. His dick curved. I'm like, what, bitch? What? You know what I'm saying? So we invite the girls over. I'm talking about we hit it off. Boom, we in there. And the girl say, everybody know me. No, I don't need a man. I don't need a man for nothing.
I hate when motherfuckers say shit like that.
So I'm looking at this chick, right? She's like, I take care of my daughter all by myself. I'm looking at this chick. I'm like, okay, you got a wig on your head that was created by a man. You got lipstick on your lips that was created by a man. You drinking Hennessy that was created by a man. And you goddamn rode here in a car where really was an Uber that was created by a man. And you got a child that was created by a man. So baby, you would have no child walking, bald-headed, with no nails and no makeup on without a man. How the hell you don't need a man?
Well, you just cooked.
And that's how that would have came in.
And that hit 2 million views on TikTok. And I was like, boy, we got a platform. And I never stopped.
Damn.
Never stopped.
Cause I would like it seemed like I don't know I think you was right after because it seemed like Kevin Samuels. You know, he had like just that one-on-one wave like that, but it's like right after he passed, it was like your shit just
Right.
From when I started catching on.
Yeah,
But I think he was at the same time going with it.
I was watching Kevin Samuels just like everybody else was, man.
Yeah.
And I remember when I realized how powerful his message was. When I came home and I was watching episode of Kevin Samuels on my phone, I just walked in the house and my girl at the time was in there. I think she was cleaning up or something. I just sit at the kitchen table and was watching. And I watched it for like 10 minutes. And I'm sitting there just zoomed in on it. And I hear some sniffling.
Shit, somebody was crying?
I looked to the right. I said, what the hell are you crying for?
Yeah.
He says, I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable because I got kids from another man. I said, bitch, just prove you to me. Yeah, you crying about another nigga mom. Right? I'm like, no, baby, it's okay.
Yeah.
Then I realized, I'm like,
He got
man.
something. Yeah.
Like just listen to 10 minutes of the truth will really, really trigger them girls. And so when he passed, they jumped in the streets like this man had committed a crime.
Yeah, that what tripped me out.
They treated Kevin Samuels like he was a criminal, like he had murdered somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? They jumped for joy that this man had passed.
Yeah.
Vivica Fox, goddamn. Let me say nothing.
Good riddance.
Vivica Fox, she was glad that he passed.
Yeah.
It was just like all this man did was tell women the truth from a man's viewpoint. That's all he did was tell his opinion, tell the truth from a man's viewpoint.
Pass.
Now, y'all hoes sat there and goddamn bought every ebook that Derek Jackson in that car sold y'all.
And he was cheating on his
He was cheating on his wife and had her goddamn have a mental breakdown and she looked like an army green beret. But he was lying to you. Y'all love him. But you hated Kevin. You wanted Kevin to pass away. You know what I'm saying? Or this situation with what's the old boy name? The goddamn Mojo Jojo now. They exposed a lot of them goddamn cheaters.
Who you talking about?
Ace Metaphor. Yeah, where the girl put his ass on blast. I knew from the get-go, I'm like, I know that nigga got more hoes than WNBA guy. He over there lying to you. I'm like, he over there, and I ain't hating. I'm like, bro, get your money.
Yeah.
But I'm like, boy, he making millions of dollars lying to them all. And they love him for it.
They love him.
Yeah.
And then they get, but what do women say to us? Just keep 100 with me. Tell me the truth. No, bitch, you don't want me to tell you the truth. You support everybody that lie to you.
Facts.
You go, man. I went to one of them shows, man. I'm talking about big. Boy, had 3,000 people at that shit. Tonight's conversation.
Tonight, buddy.
Boy, had 3,000 people in there.
Yeah.
The average ticket price was $200. You know, I'm pocket watch. I'm looking at this shit like, boy, these niggas got boy, these seats back here 185. The seats up there 300.
Yeah, them folk-
extra. Boy, this nigga done made $500,000 in this bitch.
Yeah, them 4 in, boy.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about he ain't doing nothing but lying to them women.
Yeah.
And I say, that's a cold nigga right there.
I thought they got like 1 million subs on YouTube. They get money all types of ways.
Platform huge.
Yeah.
And you know, as a black man, I want to congratulate him because I don't ever want to see a black man do bad. But I know he lying to him.
Yeah.
And the women love him for it. But hey, shit,
Which one was that the one with the beard?
Yeah, buddy with the beard, they be on
Yeah,
the light skin. He on the platform. He's on there with them. You know what I'm saying? But it's him, a couple women, 2 other dudes, I think. Yeah, they huge, bro.
yeah, the big, humongous platform. And I salute his business acumen. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's a businessman. I salute that. Like, hey, bro, I don't know what. I wish I could goddamn, sit down with you for an hour and learn your ad spins and whatever the hell you speak, boy, because you got it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, boy, we all know you got more hoes in the WNBA draft. Boy, you got more hoes in Parasuco jeans, nigga. Boy, stop playing. No, he lying to them girls, but they love it.
Yeah.
And I seen women dragging their niggas to this shit, paying $200-300 for these tickets. Not saying that they shouldn't, but just to go get lied to.
Yeah, I found out that women want to be lied to, bro.
Yeah.
They do.
They want to be lied to.
They want you to lie
They
to.
tell y'all, just tell them the truth. No, you don't want the truth. You really want us to lie to you. You know what I'm saying?
Most women idea of the truth is what they want to hear.
What
They want to hear the truth until it's something they don't want to hear. They want you to put it in a way that they can process it where it won't disturb their peace. And then they say, if they find out the truth, then they're mad at you for lying.
Yeah, they'll say
But if I told you the truth, you would have walked out that door 2 years ago. If I tell you the truth right now, and it causes you as a woman to destroy my property, to make my life a living hell, for you to love me any less, or for you to leave me, do you really want me to tell you the truth? You gonna walk out that door, slash my tires, burn my clothes up, right? Try to empty out my bank account, all because I told you the truth that you asked for. Do you really want the truth, or you want me to wrap this motherfucking lie up with a bow, pretty bow, and hand it to you and present it to you and let you live in ignorant bliss? I would say it's only like 10% of women that can really handle the truth.
Yeah.
Now, them 10% that can handle the truth, you gotta watch out for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you gotta hear her truth. Ooh, she might be doing the same shit you all.
And the same ones that bet like that I can't stand them kind of always be like, you didn't give me a choice. Yes, I did. You already had it in your head.
Yeah, because a man, honestly, a man will probe to see. I always a probe to see if I can tell a woman the truth, right? I'll say, hey man, Candace want to come over, come with us. It's cool. Who is that? Oh, it's my little homegirl. Well, how you know her? I know if, you know what I'm saying, from being around, whatever. We used to mess with her or something. You asked me 3 questions. I just asked you from homegirl come. You just signed up for my life package. I can already tell I can't bring no female around. I got to lie about females to you. You done told me.
From that point on?
I didn't tell you done signed up for my life package. The moment that I try to give you the truth, I'm going to do it regardless. I'm man enough to bring it to you. I'm man enough to try to be 100 and solid to bring it to you and give you a choice. You made your choice. You want me to lie to you? All right, cool. I ain't saying it's right to lie, gentlemen. I'm not saying it's right to lie. But I'm saying it's right to keep your goddamn car from being scratched. It's right to keep your bank account full. Yeah. And it's right, goddamn, to preserve your lifestyle and your household. It's right to do that. I ain't saying it's right to lie. But do what you gotta do.
Yeah, facts, man. I agree with you. Want to ask you a couple questions too about your views on some things. Why you think relationships don't last no more, man?
I don't think women respect what men bring to the table anymore. I think that a lot of times when women let make no mistake, women, especially sisters these days, are killing it. You know, education-wise, professional-wise. I love black women. They're doing an amazing job. But what happened when a sister went out and started making her own money, she thought she grew a dick and she became a man. No, baby, you made some money. And you forgot, and so when the fact that she can make her own money, she now assumes that she is everything that a man. I can do everything a man can do. Bitch, get pregnant. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and so but that goes to show that now your thought process of men is just, oh, you see us as ATMs. So you think my only value is in my pocket, baby girl? That's the least of my value I can bring to your life. So you're not seeing the leadership, the direction, the fatherhood to teach your son how to be a man, because you can't teach no boy how to be a man. You can teach a boy how to be an adult, but you can't teach no black boy how to become a black man. You ain't gonna know what's gonna come. You ain't gonna know what he's gonna have to deal with.
Right.
You can't teach that nigga what to do when a nigga try to punk him at school. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach him what to do when a police officer done stopped him or whatever at night. You can't teach certain things that you're not gonna be able to teach that boy to become a man. And so a lot of times I think that women are so financially empowered, which I salute, and they forget that a man was always more than just a paycheck. And then 2, the internet has made attention so easy for women to access. She can post the pictures, 3,000 niggas liking that ass.
I told
right?
you. I said
back in the day, mama only saw the niggas at work. You know what I'm saying? And half them niggas was dirty as hell and made the same type of money she might have made. Yeah. She ain't catch, she seen maybe 30 niggas all year. But now, man, goddamn, mama post a picture on goddamn Instagram of that ass fat enough, man. It's 30,000 niggas.
It's up.
Right?
Yep.
And so women make the mistake of thinking that the men that they have access to have sex with are men that they have access to be with. A lot of times women misconstrue screwing a man with being with a man. No, these men will screw you for sure, baby. You can pull up with some pussy. It's free money. If I said here today and say, hey, the first chick that pull up, I got $5,000 for you, bitch is gonna be outside the block pulling up to get it. So if a woman say, hey, I got some free pussy for the first nigga to come get it, guess what? Niggas gonna pull up and get a nut.
Facts.
But past the sex, is this man willing to build with you? Is he willing to grow with you? Is he willing to be a father figure into your children's lives? Is he willing to lead you? Is he willing to empower you? Is he willing to pour into you? No. He just shot off in the club. He just shot up your club. And so a lot of women misconstrue sex with getting a man. Baby, you got some dick. You didn't get a man.
But don't you think that's kind of our fault though? Because we kind of led them down this way with starting to lead with money. Like as time went on, if you look at it, like when we was growing up back in the '90s and stuff like that,
Right.
men was talking about not giving no girl no money.
For sure.
Now the music done changed, and now the society done changed. Now men talking about I can buy you this and I can buy you that. So over time, don't you think that kind of changed woman mindset?
Yeah, I think we definitely got to take some accountability. If a crack dealer sell a crackhead some crack, I mean, he got some accountability for it. But goddamn it, the crack dealer wouldn't sell crack if the crackhead didn't want crack.
That's true.
God damn it, the women want money. God damn it, if I got the money and that's what she want, then I'm gonna get it. The bitch wanted some crack, bro.
That's true.
So we only became crack dealers because the goddamn niggas wanted crack. If niggas ain't want crack, they would have sold something else.
Yeah.
The crackhead said, I want crack. Not heroin, not weed, not Percocet. He wants some crack.
That's right.
So you want to make the money, or you want the clientele, you gotta sell them crack. Women say, I want the money.
Yeah.
I want the pussy. Okay, I'm gonna get the money. You want some money? Okay, if you mean to tell me all I gotta do is wave this dollar bill in front of your face like a donkey, the carrot of the donkey. It's gonna make you goddamn walk all day, baby. Come on, get it.
Especially if you got it to give. I mean,
I got a question for you,
Yes, sir.
man. Do you think men and women can be friends while they're in a relationship? Meaning, do you think it's cool basically to have female friends? Do you think men can have female friends while they're in a relationship? And do you think women, well, we know women love men for friends. We already know that shit. It don't matter which way it go. But do you think it's healthy for a relationship? Do you think it works or it don't work?
I'm gonna answer the man. Can men have female friends first, and then I'm gonna answer the female. Men can have female friends if those female friends serve a purpose. Meaning, my female friends, I get money with them. My door girl, my assistant, my COO. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a model for one of my clothing line, or she may do some promotion and marketing for my business. All my female friends serve a purpose. Because if you don't give a woman a purpose, what purpose is you going to serve? Your dick. So on the flip side, now we flip it where females want to have male friends while they're in a relationship. Every last one of them niggas, if she called them at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, come on here and get some pussy, they are pulling up. That is not a friend.
Yeah.
What purpose are they serving? They are just stand-ins for until she has a man. And they are replacements for when her and her man have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever okay for a woman to have a male friend. What the hell you need a male friend for? You need the tire chains, call me. You need some extra money, call me. You need to vent, call me. You need this heavy object moved up the stairs, call me. Once a woman is in a relationship with a real man, her male friend no longer serves a purpose. So what you got him for? Unless you're making some money with him. And if that's the place, then where my cut at? You making some money with this nigga?
Yeah.
Is he serving a purpose in your career? Is he enhancing your brand? Is he enhancing your life in some kind of way? But you telling me that you just want to talk to this nigga, and that's just your bestie, and y'all go out to drink or whatever to hang out, and he come home? Yeah, eventually that drinking eventually her best friend gonna end up coming inside in the home. So no, it don't make no sense for a woman to have no male friend unless it's a male business associate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That'll probably be understood before y'all even got together.
I don't even want to have no friends and I can't get no money with it. Why what we being friends for? What we friends for again? If I can't succeed with you, if I can't grow with you, if we can't do something productive together, then what the fuck we friends for?
Yeah.
Then I'm just sitting over this bitch getting drunk and high with your ass every goddamn day playing the game. Well, nigga, let's start a fucking stream or some shit. Do something, right? And so when these women have these idle thoughts and these idle time with these idle men or whatever, man, male friends is just vultures circling and waiting for that motherfucking goddamn
Every time.
animal to goddamn pass over so they can swoop in and eat.
Try to tell them.
Yeah.
Hey, man, bullshit. She got a male friend. She's single.
Yeah. Facts.
Over here.
Tell the people.
And I ain't insecure about it Because my pocket's fat and my dick works. So I don't want to hear that shit in the comments. That's what y'all love to say. Every time a nigga say some shit y'all don't want, he insecure. No, baby, not over here.
Now, I agree with you, bro. I don't believe in that either. So, you know what I'm saying? But let's tell the people, man, what you got going on, what's coming up from your platform. Also, I know you at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that?
South by Southwest, I'm taking my artist fella, run it all. I'm taking them down there, trying them on there. We're going to go to a South by Southwest takeover. My first South by Southwest. They've been telling me to go for years. And, you know, I got my Ugly Money Music Summit, so it's in April, so I always been so busy doing that. But we're going to take the gang down there and do our thing. So the Ugly Money Music Summit is going down April 26th at KOD. I got the whole complex, all 3 clubs. You know, it's 3 sides of KOD, so we're expecting about 1,000, 2,000 people. We got one of the biggest music summits in the Southeast. Of course, Ugly Money TV, Trigger Alert, you know, is it's just becoming.
So that's the name of it when it had a women Trigger Alert.
That's the name of that particular show.
Yeah.
You know, it's just growing dramatically, and you know, my phone started ringing finally, dog. You know what I'm saying? you know, my phone didn't ring when everybody else's phone rang.
Yeah.
But it's starting to ring this time.
Yeah.
But you know, the good part about the phone ringing is they talking about some money on. So hopefully I have a big announcement within the next couple of weeks or whatever if they get them chips in order. You know what I'm saying? If I start dressing different, y'all know it went well, okay? If I start coming in this bitch in leather pants in the summertime and chocolate ties and I get my feet out, that mean that motherfucking check was right. But I got a new product, Goliath Phallus Elixir.
Okay.
#1 male enhancement. It's all natural. You can get yours at GoliathXXL.com. You know, I'm just trying to help brothers be better brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, you know, it help you stay in that thing and get your first nut like a second nut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fellas, y'all know how it go now.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you've been trying to holler at that jet for a minute. You finally get it. You get in there. You might be a little too excited. Now, I can put you on some Goliath or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Get you some protection so your first nut be your second nut. She gonna think you're Superman. GoliathXXL.com to get some. So I got, you know, these different ventures, man. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Different ventures, man. You know, we go viral, but shit, when the viral come with a check, that's all. That's what it's about. So,
Got another question real
Yes, sir.
quick. A guest that you got that you couldn't believe you had got, and a guest that you want to get that you haven't got yet.
Dame Dash.
You had Dame Dash?
Yeah, we did Dame Dash.
I gotta tighten up.
Yeah.
You know, I thought you were gonna say
Who?
Mariah Mills.
Man, that's crazy.
I was like, when I read across that, I said, oh, this nigga got a porn
that was the
star.
early days right there.
Yeah, I was like, what?
They was still sleep on me back then.
I was like, what the
They
hell?
was still sleep on me. Mariah Mills mad at me.
Why?
Man, so let me, okay, so I interviewed Mariah Mills like 4 years ago. She was pushing music, you know. Like, all right, cool.
She was me. Oh my god.
She was trying to rap, right?
Oh,
So cool. So, you know, she coming out and she look good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We had a great episode. She said she want to have a threesome with Chris Brown and Rihanna. I'm like, this bitch a freak. Hell yeah, this is dope. Yeah. Boom. So that shit with Zion come out.
Yeah.
Like recently. So you know me, at this time, I'm total, you know, super nigga mode. So, you know, I weigh in on it. And you know, she didn't like my reaction to it. Because, you know, I called her a side bitch. But that's what she was.
This after you interviewed her.
Right.
Okay,
I interviewed her 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, this stuff with Zion came out like a year ago. So, you know, I say, you know, Mariah, a side chick need to stay in a side chick place. You know you ain't the main chick. So why are you over here goddamn spilling the beans if this man paying you to be a side chick? Shut up and keep on making your money. You over here messing up. So she got mad, supposedly, that I called her a side chick because I was trying to, because while she was doing it, I made the same call. So I said, my brother DJ Nectar. I'm like, Nectar, man, let's get Mariah Mills on the show, man. I want to talk about this Zion shit. He hit me back, man. She said she's upset because you called her a side bitch. I'm like, but you know, women.
Trigger.
Right. Women, let me tell you about women and side chicks, right? A woman gets so mad when her man has a side chick, but has no problem being a side chick for another man.
It's crazy.
And if their mother wasn't married to their daddy, chances are that they wouldn't even been conceived if it wasn't for side chicks. So some women are children of side chicks, have been side chicks, but get upset when the side chick shows up at their door. So women actually love side chicks. They just don't want to be held accountable
For being a side chick. Because if you ask them, would they date, be in a polygamous relationship? They'd be like, no.
Right.
But they have no problem dating a man who they know messing with other women.
Half these women is in involuntary poly relationships anyway.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
And I try to tell them, I'm like, baby, well, you might as well at least prosper or profit from this man going out here. Man, bring that bitch in the house and make her pay some bills. Make her clean some shit, make her watch the kid. Why you paying $2,500 a month? Check this out. If her rent 25, my rent 25, and her rent 25, and we screwing both, I'm screwing both of them. That's $7,500 worth of rent we paying. Man, let's all get in the same house, pay this 25. We can save $5,000 a month just by being together. Not to mention if them old paying goddamn they paying for child care, you paying $2,000 too. Now we saving $10,000 a month just by being together.
They ain't
staying with it. They want to be they're okay with being a side chick though.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wake up, lady.
Other than that, man, we are Bad Speakers TV. It's your boy Shad, man.
It's G
And we got Ugly Money
Ugly
Beach.
Money.
in the house.
Subscribe.